Oh no. All of the clips for all of all of my recording just did not turn on the mic for any of it. So now I just have a bunch of video without any speaking or audio. So yeah, not the greatest of days, but hey, I won in my class Kahoot, right? That's pretty good. But yeah, so not the best of starts, but the idea is I'm going to show you guys a little bit of footage that kind of got, I'll just talk over it while it's playing here, but in the background there's the cave, right? So this is what it looks like before we got started on the project, but basically I just wanted a little area for my boat where I can ride in and it goes straight up to my base and another entrance in. I think a pretty cool entrance, but yeah, so just started using TNT to blow up a little bit of area, and hopefully, and I'm gonna work on a time lapse. And while we do this, I am going to tell a little story about a time that I got in trouble for selling paper airplanes at science camp. Yeah, kind of funny, but so yeah, let's move on to the time lapse. Hopefully that recording will be fine, and that will be all good and dandy. But yeah, not the best starts. Not the best start to an episode. Let's be honest. But it's okay. We're working through it. We can figure out how to do it on our own. We can figure out how to work this out. So yeah, just enjoy this time lapse with my little story. Okay, so this story takes place quite a few years ago at this point. I was in elementary school, so think of me as like a fourth or fifth grader, right? And I got sent to this summer camp for science, and it was pretty cool. We made a lot of cool stuff. We had rubber band launchers. We had those helicopter twirly paper things that slowly fall to the ground and they spin while they're doing so. We had a potato gun. You just put like a piece of a potato in it and it shoots it at people. That was pretty cool. But we also, one of the things we did was we raced paper airplanes. And so I was pretty good at it. I won a lot because I don't want to brag or anything, but I am quite the paper airplane connoisseur. See, I have a very specific way of making the paper airplane that the design is much better than just the generic one. So it can fly a lot farther and a lot faster than everybody else's. So I kind of got, I wouldn't say popular because of it. It was mostly my paper airplane that got popular. But a lot of people like my paper airplane and they wanted to use it because they wanted to win. So I thought, hey, why not make a little bit of money on this side? Because I know a couple of kids bring money for like food and snacks and whatnot. So I thought, hey, I'm gonna sell my paper airplane that usually wins for $1, and I'm gonna make a bunch of money that way. Uh, Spoiler alert: I didn't make much money. I only sold like one or two a day, and it was like a 2 week camp, and we didn't even race paper airplanes for most of it. So really, I made like $4 or $5 the entire time. But that's okay. It's still $4 or $5 more than what I would have had. But yeah, so I would make my paper airplane and I went over to people at lunch and say, oh, I have this paper airplane I can sell to you guys if you want it. I'll sell it for $1. Pretty cheap, right? I didn't know the value of my work. I didn't realize that my skill was an art form and that I could have sold it for a lot more. I could have sold it for $2. But anyway, lessons learned. But yeah, so I went over to people, sold it for $1, and usually I would go over to the store that they had there and buy a bar of chocolate because that was only $1, and I was able to get a candy that way. And that's mainly the reason why I sold the paper airplanes. But one time there was this kid who, let's just say, had poor throwing technique. He tended to throw it too hard. He tried to force the paper airplane to fly when really you should be flowing with the air and moving with it. Kind of Taoism. Go with the flow. I don't know if that's Taoism. I'm realizing I might be making a mistake here. But anyway, you get the point. He kind of not the best at making the airplane fly as far as it could. So he obviously had some trouble winning, and he felt cheated. So naturally, since he spent $1 on my paper airplane, he went to one of the counselors, and yeah, things did not go well for me. Ended up happening is he wanted his dollar back, but unfortunately I already bought a candy bar with it, and I had already eaten that candy bar, and it was the most delicious candy bar. But yeah, so I couldn't give it back. But basically, I got my business shut down. But yeah, I think that it's kind of an unsatisfying ending, but I still think it's a fun story to tell. But yeah, so the time lapse should be wrapping up about now, and let's go check out what the entrance looks like, the boat entrance looks like. Alright, so that entire thing is done, and I hope you enjoyed the small time lapse that we had for making this. But yeah, we just have some leaves, and over here we have a jail cell as we entered in. I might want to add in a tripwire hook at the beginning and just add some note blocks, maybe some Pirates of the Caribbean, because I don't know if you can tell, but I did take a little bit of inspiration from the Disneyland ride. So let's go through it. So over here, we have a little jail cell for pirates that aren't having a good time. For pirates who got caught in the act, and well, now they're in prison. Kind of drew inspiration from that one area in Pirates of the Caribbean ride where they have the 3 men with the bone trying to get the dog with the keys to come over. But anyway, come over here. We have a little sand area over here, a little indoor palm tree, and have some decorations over here, a bedroom with some gold and emeralds. And over here we have a little secret stash of gold, pirate's gold. So pretty cool, I think. Yeah, looks pretty nice, and I'm loving the lanterns and the chains and the lanterns on the fence post. And then you finally make it over here, and this is our entrance. So we have 2 entrances over here. We have an entrance and an exit. Just some barrels, and then over here we have a little tavern for pirates who just want to settle down and maybe drink their worries away. Yeah, so I think it's a little cozy area, maybe sort of based on those 1920s, 1930s speakeasies. So yeah, pretty cool. And this entrance takes us right up into our base. Pretty nice, pretty nice. In the entrance, or the exit, just a quick little drop down. But yeah, I think this is looking pretty nice. I am pleasantly surprised with how this turned out. It's a lot better than I expected, and I'm pretty proud of it. In case you're wondering, for these vines, so that way they didn't grow like all over the place, I used string to limit where they could grow. Same with these ones over here. Just a few tips and tricks that you can use. But yeah, I am happy with how this turned out. So that's what's gonna do it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. I know it's a little bit on the shorter side, but I've been busy with school, as you can tell. My uploading schedule has been a little bit weak at the moment. But yeah, so hopefully you guys did enjoy, and maybe there'll be an episode next week, maybe it'll be 2 weeks, but I'll try and get an episode finished as soon as possible. But next episode, I'm planning for having I have a special surprise, and I think that most of you guys will enjoy it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe maybe. Anything is really appreciated, honestly. It's really helpful for a small YouTuber like me. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you soon. Hope to see you in the next video. And take care. Bye-bye. Oh, and have a good day.